Hey guys, welcome back to the Girl Gone London channel. This video is unscripted, so hold on to your hats. Not entirely sure what's about to happen. My chair's about to squeak. That's what's gonna happen. The other thing that's gonna happen is I'm gonna talk about things that I love about the UK that you might not have heard other people say they love about the UK. So let's jump right into it. Number one, package holidays. British people love a package holiday and I love a package holiday, but I didn't realize what a package holiday was until I moved to the UK. So I'm not sure about other countries, but compared to the US, this is a very British idea. A package holiday in America, I mean, we could probably guess what it was, but it's not something that we would really do. In the UK, you have companies like TUI who do this amazing thing where they just plan your whole vacation and you book the flights and the hotel and usually, like, often food's included, all in just one package, and you purchase it from the same site. And I'm not talking about going on Expedia and being like, yes, I would also like to see hotels or flights with that. I'm talking about just a package vacation. Actually, come to think of it, Costco does these in the US, but that's probably the only thing I can think of that we would have that was similar, and it's not as big of a market share as like TUI. So, things I love about a package holiday, because I didn't think I would be a package holiday person, I'm not gonna lie. I thought I would be like, well, I wanna choose all the different stuff. I wanna make sure I'm getting the best deal on the flight. Like, I wanna pick, no, you don't. Life is stressful. Like, sometimes you just want somebody to be like, your flight's at this time and your hotel is this one, which we know is good, 4 stars, whatever. Your food's included and the transportation from the airport to your hotel is included. So you don't have to think about that. You can go on excursions that they plan and you don't have to plan. And I know some of you in my audience are going to be package holiday snobs. I get it, because there's also kind of a little bit of a class thing involved. Understood. I'm just saying, you work hard, you do a lot. I love to plan, but sometimes the planning can just consist of going to TUI, saying I have 1 week, pick me the sunniest spot, and they just take care of everything. I love it. I've been to a package holiday in Greece, which was amazing. I've done skiing package holidays, also amazing, because you get to the airport in the middle of nowhere in like Austria. The mountain's like 3 hours away, and you just have a bus waiting to take you to your destination. Because if you planned it on your own, you'd have to book your own transportation that might not show up. It's stressful. I don't know why I thought of this. I just really, really love a package holiday. Some places I wouldn't go on a package holiday, like not every, if I'm planning like the trip of a lifetime, I'm probably not going to go on a package holiday. But for your average, like once a year trip to the Canary Islands, yes, I'm okay. I'm booking a package holiday. Okay, next up, public transportation in areas that do primarily rely on cars. Now, let me explain, because people often say, oh, public transportation in the UK is so good. Yes, love it. We love the tube. We're a fan. However, even in a suburban or rural area in the UK, there will usually be some sort of bus system. And you don't fear for your life while on this bus. It's mostly filled with like young moms with kids, grandmas, maybe the occasional town weirdo, but like you're not having to prep yourself to get on this bus safety-wise. Like you're not having to armor up. In the US, we don't have as many links in suburban and rural areas when it comes to public transportation, so that's already a negative. But when we do, you don't want to be getting on that bus because it's gonna be scary. There's gonna be things happening on that bus that you have never seen in person and you didn't really know actually happened, but it's not good, it's not pleasant, and it's a symptom of a lot of different things that are too much to go into in this video, but I just can tell you it's not an experience I would recommend. So being in the UK and being able to just get on a bus, even in an area where a lot of people drive, so again, we're not talking about the city centers here, we're talking about more suburban areas where a lot of people do drive, you can still take a bus, and it's not a harrowing experience. And I love that about the UK. It definitely helped me get around before I could drive in the UK. And I don't think people here appreciate how nice it is to have those connections. And if you go to America and you're in a suburban area and you're British, don't look up the public transportation options. Do not. Don't go there. Get yourself a taxi. Walk. I'd probably recommend walking like 3 hours over getting on some of these buses, because you honestly won't be the same after you get off. The next thing I love about the UK is that when you swim in the ocean / the sea, I can never remember who calls it what or what the actual difference is, but when you swim in the water actually when you swim in any water, when you swim in the lakes or when you swim in the ocean, most things aren't trying to eat you. So I love swimming. I grew up in Florida. However, when you go to the beach in Florida, you are always aware that Jaws might be joining you. Like, you always are on guard that you might be, have your leg chomped off at any moment. And I have had times at the beach in Florida when someone yells shark and you have to race out of the ocean like you're on Baywatch, like running for your life. It's not the case in the UK. Yeah, the beaches aren't like the most tropical looking things you've ever seen, but you're not risking your life. Same with the lakes. Growing up in Florida, you don't swim in a lake. If you go to Florida, do not, and this is actually genuine, this is not like me being sarcastic, you do not swim in a lake in Florida. There are 2 reasons. Reason 1, alligators. Obvious. They live in the lake. They're there. Even if you can't see them, they are there. Number 2, even if this particular lake didn't have any alligators for some reason, Florida water in a lake is stagnant and it is hot. And there are brain-eating amoebas that love that, and you can get one into your brain and it can kill you. The only place you can swim in Florida that is not the ocean, which again comes with its own risks, is a spring, is a natural fed spring, because the water's not stagnant in a spring. However, you will still see signs to watch out for alligators. So I don't know what to tell you. But in the UK, back to things I love about the UK, just things in general aren't trying to eat you at all times. And so it's a much more pleasant experience. Yes, the water's colder. Yes, there are some other downsides. However, you can enjoy. You don't have to, again, this always has to do with not having to fear for your life as much in the UK. And I enjoy that. The next thing that I love about the UK is that, yes, we have heat waves, but in general, it's not that hot. And here's what I mean by that. I think that British people are taken in by this idea of heat because they don't actually live in it. So they don't actually remember what it's like. Heat, especially in this country, is not pleasant. It's not built for it. There's not air conditioning in most places. So when people are hoping for the heat, it's because like they went on holiday to Tenerife one time and it was like nice and sunny, but they forget that when they went back to their hotel room, there was air conditioning. I like nowadays that the UK has a more mild climate and it doesn't get super, super hot and uncomfortable for the most part. I actually think we should appreciate this mildness, because I didn't used to, but nowadays I'm not hoping for the next heat wave. Sun, like a clear sky, yes, but like a clear sky and like a mild temperature is the best. We don't need to hope for the heat. I love that the UK is not super, super hot. Heat is very uncomfortable. That's all I have to say. Okay, the next up, this is so dumb. UK bathtubs are deeper and like wider than US bathtubs. US bathtubs are very shallow. So they're kind of weirdly easier to like trip over. If we're talking about like a shower bath combination, yes, you do have to like step over more to get into a UK bath, but I feel like you just feel more secure in the whole experience. A US bath, if you are standing in it to take a shower, if it's a combo situation, you slip the wrong way and you're out of the tub. In the UK, I just feel like the bathtubs they're just better. They're just better. And I guarantee you've probably never heard another YouTuber say that because that's where this channel is going at this point. UK bathtubs better than US bathtubs. Okay. Next thing I love about the UK is something called Parkrun. Parkrun is this free 5K run that happens all around the country. There are so many parkrun options, and I don't do it all the time. But when I do, it's such a good atmosphere. People are so nice. People are so friendly. It doesn't matter. You can walk it. You can, run it as fast as you want to. It's just like a nice community spirit kind of thing. And it's free. We love free. There are some in the US, but most people have not heard of it, and they're very few and far between. In the UK, there are just hundreds, and also in Australia, I think they have a lot as well. But particularly in the UK, Parkrun is such a cool thing to do. Again, you do not have to run it. So, to my audience, here's your PSA. It's free. Find a parkrun near you this summer. Go. You can walk the whole thing. You can walk it. There is somebody whose job it is to be the walker who can chat with you, make new friends, like get yourself out of the house, do a park run. Do a park run this summer because it's such a cool thing. And again, you pay nothing. I feel like part of the reason America hasn't gotten on board is because they can't make money from it, like at the individual park runs. Whereas in the UK, they're like, let's have this free event for some community 5K walking / running, and it's really, really fun. Okay, the last thing on my list is a place called Monkey Forest in Stoke-on-Trent, and it is what it sounds like. It's a forest of wild roaming monkeys. Now, why have I been there? You might ask yourself. Well, I'll let you in on a secret. I went probably 12 years ago. I did check to make sure it's still open, and it's still the same. It's good. Monkey Forest is going well. I went about 12 years ago with a boy that didn't love me, and I'll leave it at that. And the reason he didn't love me had nothing to do with taking me to the Monkey Forest, though maybe it did. I don't know. But I have been to Monkey Forest near Stoke-on-Trent, and the company wasn't good, but the experience was. So I'd highly recommend anyone passing by needing something to do in the general area, check out the Monkey Forest. It will not disappoint you. Okay, that brings us to the end of the weirdest UK brochure ever. This not sponsored by the UK Tourism Board, just things I love about the UK. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.